Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your host, your friend, your buddy, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we're in the studio again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's your boy,
Donovan Jackson,
aka
1-3.
Yes, and that's how he's feeling today.
Yes. Hello. Welcome again to the podcast. I'm glad you're here today. So, can you tell me what time it is? I'll wait.
I was gonna say we should make you a Siri voice, bro.
A series voice?
A Siri voice, like you know how Siri has like the British version and stuff like that. You'll be a perfect like Siri voice.
Hey, say hey 1-3.
Like, hey 1-3. Doo-doo.
Hello. How may I assist you?
Exactly, that would be perfect, bro. Hello. What can I do for you? I love it, man.
Never thought I would be a voice actor.
You never know, man. You never know what life's gonna bring you. Which brings us to our topic for today. We're gonna talk a little bit about life's purpose and journey that we're all on. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have a little topic with that, and we have a very special guest in the studio with us again. Bringing him back for a second time. You guys love him so much, we had to bring him back to the mic. Mr. Gerald, welcome to the studio again, once again, brother. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Another day, living. Can't complain.
Right. I feel you, bro. Glad I got to see the day. We got some rain today.
Yeah.
Felt good. It's cool off out here in this old dry ass desert we in. So
Right. The apartment ain't heating up too quickly this time.
man, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna heat it up though. You already know we make it hot in this bad boy, but
All day.
Hey.
yes. So yes, fellas. So we wanted to talk a little bit about today. I know you guys were having a conversation talking about purpose and journey recently. And, I figured that would be a great topic for today's podcast since we're all trying to look for our purpose and on this wild journey we call life. You know? So my first question, just throw it out there, is what is purpose to you? What is your definition of purpose?
So purpose for me, it's that driving force that you have in your life. Whether it's like for your kids, whether it's a significant other, whether you have a job that you really love or a hobby that you love. It's that thing that you get up every day and you say, okay, I need to make the best out of this day so that I can perform the best to help my kids out, help my significant other out, help out my coworkers at work, or help out somebody in the world, something
Right.
like that, something that gets you up out of bed each day.
Right.
I fully agree.
I kind of say pretty much like similar to that, like fulfillment and like not just self-fulfillment, but just fulfillment to the environment around you as well. Naturally, like when you feel good about doing something, a part of your purpose, it always like uplifts the vibe around you.
Right.
So I've been noticing that like some people that tend to be negative and things like that, not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting the people around you, and you're not feeling good because of it. So having that self-fulfillment to, like you said, Gerald, like get yourself out of bed every day and keep you driven to go through life, but also to help push other people and situations more towards like a positive direction. So
No, I like that, bro. I like that. And I agree with both of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the purpose is the reason I get out of bed in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To know that I have this goal in mind, or I'm here for a reason. You know, and I think that's what my definition of it is, knowing that I'm truly here for a legit reason. I'm not just wasting your guys' air or taking all these steps for no reason. Like, I want to know that I'm here for a reason. And I think that's what I seek for when I think about purpose. Like, what is my true reason to be alive?
Yeah, because I think we all want to try to find some, like the purpose can't be just to make, like, say $100 or something like that. The purpose has to be meaningful.
I mean, so then now let's throw a plot twist on that then, though. And that led me to my next question is, do you believe you can have multiple purposes?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Because, like, for example, like you said, a purpose for $100. Like, yes, it probably seems small, but, that $100 could have another purpose. You want to earn this $100 because I want to buy these shoes, books, pay rent, whatever it is,
Yeah, I think it's one of those. It's not that money and things like that don't contribute to that purpose, but ultimately, if you're just trying to get $100 just to get $100,
What's the purpose?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you're trying to get that $100 so like you can get your kids some sneakers or something like that. Help them make their life a little bit better. You know, like having the mindset to not just chase material things just to have them,
right,
but to use them for something else. So like that could be a sub goal for you or a sub purpose. It's like I have to get money so that I'm able to spend that money to do what my true purpose is. But
right.
if your main purpose is just I want to be the richest man alive, it's not going to bring you much fulfillment.
Right.
So I guess you have to kind of start questioning like what's the reason for said purpose of doing whatever in a sense.
Right, exactly. No, and that makes sense because I was just reading the definition and it says, you know, the purpose is the meaning behind it, you know, so it's like the why. Like, why are you even doing this for? Why are you even trying this? Like, what's the meaning of you putting your time and effort and, you know, your energy into whatever goal you're working for? You know what I'm saying? So, plot twist question for you guys. So, how many times do you feel your purpose may change in one day?
Ooh. That's wild. Say that one more time for me.
Like, how many times do you feel your purpose changes in one day? Prime example for me is, you know, I'm just thinking about my day that I had today. I woke up with the purpose of, one, being happy to be alive. But then my main purpose for the day was get to work. You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to get to work? Meaning behind it? Well, I need to make this money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? I have to fulfill my fulfillment, fulfill my agreements that I gave to these people. You know, and then my next purpose after that was go get my hair cut. You know, and it was like, I don't care what happened right now. Nothing's about to break me to go get my hair cut. That's my ultimate purpose right now. Yes, I don't have to cut my own hair, but I want to look good. You know what I'm saying? So that I feel that was my purpose. And then now the purpose I'm in right now is the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So after the haircut, it's like, okay, now it's time to focus on podcasts and podcasts only, you know. Break all the other stuff and really focus on the podcast. What's the meaning behind the podcast? Well, I want to help people out. I want to be a positive influence in the world. As John Maxwell would say, I want to be salt and light into the world, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I felt today alone I had 3 purposes off bat. On top of being a brother all the time and a
Other
son.
things.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I would feel like, like with your purposes changing in a sense, I guess it just goes along with what you need within that current moment in time. Because dang, dude,
That's deep, right?
That's deep.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the levels, right? So
Yeah, I like that.
there's certain things that you're more willing to give up on for the day than you are long term. You know, so like you guys with this podcast, you guys are doing it every single week, and that's one thing that you guys are not gonna you're not gonna.
We don't want to break it.
Yeah, you're not gonna break that boundary of making sure that you're consistent every single week, getting out an episode. But it's like if you're supposed to go to the store today, but your car breaks down. Your purpose changed for the day. There's certain things where shit happens, so you have to just change what your purpose is for the day. But for the long term, that's not going to change as much as the short term, day to day type of purposes that you'll have.
Right. I feel.
So, I mean, one thing that came to mind while you guys were speaking about that was, well, in order to like find a purpose, you kind of have to make it, given the situation that you're in a sense. Like, let's say, like, if you had quote unquote perfect day where you just, you know, nothing went wrong in a sense, but people still feel left unfulfilled because naturally you want to have a perfect day. That's like that's your purpose. But if you aren't making anything to strive for, then how does that work out for some people? Like, what would be the steps to figure that out for yourself, if that makes sense? I get
what you're saying. So it's kind of like purpose versus fulfillment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to figure out what your purpose is, or what are you trying to or are you just trying to fulfill something? Are you just trying to get that feeling of accomplishment?
Yeah.
You know, and I feel very interesting. I feel it works both ways, you know what I'm saying? It works both ways. And it kind of has led me to what Gerald said earlier about, you know, your car breaking down and your purpose was to go get some food, but now it's fixing your car, you know? So that led me to another idea of, do you feel that you truly pick your purpose, or is it being picked for you?
So kind of two things to kind of address what Donovan brought up.
I did try to skip, my bad.
No, you're all good.
Kind of address what Donovan was saying. The difference between like purpose and fulfillment can also be where you're setting your expectations on, which
Yes.
I think you touched upon.
Yes, I like that.
So like you could have a quote unquote perfect day, but maybe you didn't schedule as much stuff that you should that you could have
should have,
accomplished
yeah.
or could have accomplished during the day, and then you won't feel as fulfilled even though you completed your purpose for the day. You
Right.
know? So that could kind of tie into it.
No, that's beautiful. I'll just give you an example of what you said. It's days when I have a perfect day, but then sometimes I come home and I sit on the couch when the day is over with, and I'm like, I sit back and start reflecting. It's like, damn, did I do anything significant today?
Yeah.
You know, did I do anything like big, epic? You know, did I change my life today? You know.
That's when people kind of ask you like, "Oh, how was your day?" It was good. You sure? Like, something up? No, like, I had a good day. Then how come you're not so enthusiastic about it?
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to have those type of days. Like, at least I get something accomplished. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get all I wanted to get accomplished today, but at least I called the attorney and then, you know, did some shopping that I need to do this day. So that was something instead of just chilling.
Yeah. Or like you have like a plan for your day and then you end up doing something extra on top of it, and then you feel way more fulfilled than you would have before you decide to, like, say, randomly clean your house up or go get your tires changed or something real quick, or like call up somebody real quick, like your grandma, somebody like that. Because I know those things for me, like, that makes my day so much better, and I feel less lazy about it too. Like if I do a little something extra than I was planning on doing for the day, especially if I have the time to do it.
Yeah.
My bad, my throat dry as mine. But yeah. I fully hear you on that one. Now, and that like kind of was leading me to my next idea of, you know, I feel that sometimes we walk out with the idea of we want our day to go this way. And, you know, we expect to go this way, and then when something doesn't go that way, that's when people break. And, you know, oh, what the fuck, my tires are flat, and they lose their mind, and, you know, start beating people on the freeway and stuff because they, you know, the day went this way and they just lost it, you know.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that kind of leads me to the thought of, you know, the books I was telling you guys I've been reading, the idea of you got to have that goal, you got to have that purpose, but at the same time, you have to be flexible because it may not work out the way you think it's going to work out, or it's not going to flow the way you think you flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's like that kind of plays a part of it too. Like you have the purpose, you have your goal, but at the same time, bend but never break. You know what I'm saying? So at least be able to bend with your goal. So things like that, I feel.
Right.
I like that idea.
Can I touch on that for?
Yeah, go ahead,
so,
please.
I think kind of to distinguish it a little bit, it's almost like you want to have that goal, but don't make it an expectation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you say like, I have to get this done today, this, that, and if you don't get one of those things done, then that's when you're going to start feeling bad about yourself. But if you set that as a goal, right, and then you can reflect upon it and say, hey, I didn't reach this goal today because this wrench got thrown in, right? Like going back to the car example, like I couldn't go to the store today because my car broke down, so I had to get that fixed.
Right.
So I didn't achieve my goal, and I'm upset that I didn't achieve that goal, but I'm okay with it because I know that life happens. Like not everything is gonna go the way you want it to go.
Right.
Okay, then what sets the difference between when you should have like an expectation for yourself and then also being flexible with your goals and your purpose?
I'm glad you asked that. So my mindset would be is you have to adjust the goals that you're setting for yourself. Like, you can't make your goals too strict. For example, for me, my goal every day is I just want to have a good day, but what does a good day look like for me? Well, it could be me fixing a problem at work, or me giving a friendly piece of advice, or sometimes it's just me giving out something that somebody says, you know what, I need to hear that. That was deep. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. You really made me think, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel with having that broad sense of, I want to have a good day. I do want to cook dinner and wash dishes, but my main goal today is to have a good day and help somebody out. And it's like, okay, well, if my side goal of not washing dishes doesn't get done because I got to go to my grandparents' house and go get them groceries and make sure they eat and make sure they're good, I feel like my purpose is more complete than what I thought I want my purpose to be. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the kind of thing I've been learning. So the books I've been reading is, one great book I've been reading so far is called The Surrender Experiment. It's about a guy, pretty much college student. Long story short, I'm not going to dive super deep into it, but pretty much this guy is taking an experiment in life of he's just taking on he's going about life accepting what comes to him. He's not trying to fight it. He's not living in fear. He's not running away from invites, not really turning stuff down. He's not a yes man. But it's more of he's really learning to trust himself and seeing what's for me. And when the random stuff in life that happens that people say is an inconvenience, he takes this inconvenience and always looks at it as an opportunity for something. Even if you don't even know what it is yet, it's an opportunity for something. And as of right now, going through the book, small story. So he was in the woods in Mexico meditating pretty much. And he's been trying to practice not to run when he feels fear. He's been practicing to sit there and, and be in the fear. You know what I'm saying? Be in the fear, be in the emotions to see, one, do I truly have something to fear, or is it just my body saying this feels weird, I need to get out of here? So he's fighting that this feels weird, I need to get out of here vibe that's going on inside his body, which we all have at times. And every time he fights through it, something amazing happens. Prime example is he's sitting in the woods in Mexico. He hears horses and people talking. He's in the woods by himself. And then as he's sitting there, he hears the horses and stuff, and something's telling him, he wants to get up and run. But then he's like, no, I'm not going to get up and run. I'm fighting this inside voice. I'm going to see what's about to happen. Turns out, the two Mexican dudes walked up. They said, hey, sir, you're technically not supposed to be here because this is private land, but you can come over here to our huts and live with us. Went there, got a fresh meal. He hasn't rode in a horse in years, and his dream was always to ride a horse in the sunset. And then randomly the Mexican dude, hey, you rode a horse before? He was like, yeah, a long time ago. He's like, oh, take the horse, fool, go ride to the sunset. And he's riding a horse to the sunset now, living his dream, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's because he didn't surrender to the fear. He surrendered to the higher power of life, or whatever vibration. What's coming for him is good, and he's having that expectation,
Right.
So it's like, that's why I've been trying to picture lately, just trying to surrender a little bit and just pay attention to more of the signs and see how that's directing me toward my purpose.
So is there situations where, like, you would give into the fear in the sense, or is it more of just the caution of life, in the sense that, okay, what if he was sitting in the woods meditating and he heard the horses and two people talking, and then next thing you know, there's like gunshots and stuff?
Right.
Is that a situation where you would still sit there and just like accept what's happening, or what would be the boundaries in which you would follow that or not?
So me personally, I feel that not to get too religious, but this when it comes into, how much do you truly trust your God, your world, you know what I'm saying, the things you're praying to. Because if you truly believe no weapon formed against me shall prosper, then why are you running for? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it shows you, do you truly believe in your beliefs? I feel like that's what he was testing. Like, do I truly believe that I'm always going to be okay because I'm putting off good vibrations and it's always going to come back to me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or am I going to run from this little bitty gut feeling that tells me I probably should run, but something in my mind is telling me to stay? What am I listening to? Am I listening to the nervousness I'm feeling, it's like the football game. Shoot, y'all play football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right before the game start, you shaking. You know, but you don't just say, no, coach, nah, take my helmet off and walking off. Nah, you go out there and you get that first hit in, and then you be like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Let me have fun now. And then there's other parts in the game you get nervous at.
Yeah.
But no, now the main part is going. You are in there now. You know what I'm saying? It's your first time going on a date with the girl. You nervous and everything. You want to be like, man, I hope she texts me and say no. You know, I hope she texts me and say she got a flake because I do not. I'm scared. I'm scared to see her face.
Yeah.
And then she texts you, I'm on the way, and then you get more nervous. Oh shit, it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going down, but then it's like you fought through that fear, and then it turned out to be nowhere near as bad as you thought it's going to be. And I think that's part of the idea of it. Everybody always thinks it's going to be that bad, but it's like 9 out of 10 times we make it so terrible in our head that we think of things that will never happen in life.
Yeah.
You know, this girl gonna throw the drink on me, slap me, you know what I'm saying, and then walk out with the steak saying, I'm taking this with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah, one thing that kind of like I've been saying over like the past probably like a few months to a year or so is there's a difference between what you know and what you believe.
Man, real talk.
Because like I could know that I'll be safe walking down the block, but do I actually believe it?
Do you believe it? Believe it, bro.
That's where it comes down to. You have to have that faith in the universe or God, whatever it is. You have to have faith that I'm in a good situation. Like I can't overthink everything because that's what will really get to your head. It's just that constant overthinking, trying to play every situation out, going like to the extremes of like certain things that'll never happen. You know, like for me. I get to that. I get to places early to being early. You know, like most people get there like 15 minutes before like they're supposed to be there. I'll get there 30 because I'm afraid like that traffic will have traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So you have to trust yourself a little bit, trust life a little bit, trust God a little bit, trust the universe a little bit, and just believe in it. And sometimes it's not going to work in your favor, but.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
Right.
You know?
There's also something to add that, like, okay, submitting to the fear and then also choosing to believe it. But if you don't do either, then I feel like that's probably like the worst place of being like lukewarm in your decisions or whatever flow of life that you're walking through at the moment. Because at that point, life is literally having its way with you. You're not living it, it's living you.
Yeah, exactly. You're walking around tensed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, I believe, but you're walking with that scared thing. It's like the car accident thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They say when you see a car accident coming, when you see you about to get hit by a car,
No,
you tense up 9 10 times you're gonna break something.
Yeah, no, it's
But
crazy.
if you don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because, and I think it also comes down to the difference between being stupid,
Yep.
being afraid, and then being brave or courageous. You got to be at that middle ground where you're aware of the things that could happen, but you're not letting it control you.
You're not letting it
overtake
control you, the fear control you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that goes back to all the comedians, all the black comedians, what do you always see? Oh yeah, I was walking by the white lady last night, and then second I walked up close, she grabbed her purse, and I felt offended. And I'm like, what, you think I'm gonna rob you? So then I robbed her. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, you know, but it'd be like, well, shoot. If she would have walked past with confidence, like, I know what can possibly happen, but I'm not about to let this guy throw off my stride right now. I'm gonna keep walking with this same stride, like nothing's happening. And that's one of the times where, like you said, you walk right by and, whew, what was I tripping off of?
Yeah.
You know, and you forget you was even worried about that word, you know what I'm saying? So, I like that. So then that leads me to the question of, damn it, I lost it. So that leads me to the question is then, do you guys feel that, I'm sure it's gonna be a yes, at some point in your life you let that fear maybe guide you away from your purpose?
Oh. Well, yeah.
That over precaution or whatever guides you away from your purpose?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I feel like, I mean, for me specifically, it's more so being the initiator in whatever social situation that I come across. Like, even one specific example right now, like I still have not hit up Trib to press him about the studio thing. I don't know why I'm not doing it, whether, I mean, whether it's the stuff going on right now in life or whatever.
Oh.
But even then, like, I should still be
Reach out to
wanting
them.
to do that because that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to be an audio engineer. I want to work in the studio so I can get that experience.
And then wildly, it came to you. You didn't go seeking for it. It came to you.
Right.
Right.
So I guess I'm figuring out, okay, well, when do I decide to take that initiative or let the stuff come to me? And I think that works within that balance thing that Gerald was talking about. And it's just like, okay, well, it did come to me, it offered itself, so I guess I have to reach out and grab it at this point.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now with it.
And I think that's beautiful right there. And that's what I was about to say. It's like, it came to you, but you didn't grab it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big, the pass was thrown to your head, but you didn't catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, you gotta either wait for another ball or coach throw it my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, like, I feel definitely your situation. It's already in the universe. Really, you have to just make that phone call and be like, is the offer on the table? If so, I want it. You know what I'm saying? And just run whatever flow is about to happen. You know, that's how I think about it.
Yeah,
What about you, G?
I think it all comes to one thing that I've been talking with my therapist a lot about, and it's just believing in yourself and betting on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's trusting yourself to know, like, yo, I'm not bugging this person. Like, for you, Donovan, with your situation, they reached out to you about it.
Yeah.
You know, it came to you. So it's not like you would be bothering them by reaching out to them saying, hey, what's up with that job?
The opportunity, right.
It's kind of like that. Or, like, if you know a girl has interest in you, you're not gonna be bugging them and saying, hey, you want to go out on a date on Saturday,
Right.
Something like that, you know. So it's kind of just believing in yourself and betting on yourself to a certain extent. So, like, for me, I kind of bet on myself a little bit by moving back to Vegas from New Mexico for my job and going back down to part-time because I knew that's not what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't want to do that job anymore.
Right.
So I bet on myself a little bit and said, hey, I'm going to try to do this, and if it works out, that's great. If it doesn't, I'll figure out another situation. But
Right.
I need to be happy in this life, and that's what I have to do to get there.
Amen. No, I fully agree, bro. And I like that. Like I said, I bet on myself, and that's something that Adam told me. Like, my main thing is I just have to believe in myself and just walk with that confidence, you know. Like, heads up, I'm about to do life coaching at some point. You know, I want to. I feel it was a calling. When Adam suggested the idea to me, I felt it rise my body. Like, yo, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's it. That's the idea he was waiting for. You know. And then on the flip side, my thought that keeps low-key stopping me is like, who am I to coach anybody? My life is not together, you know what I'm saying? I ain't balling out of control. I ain't driving Corvettes, Porsches with the most happiest, go-lucky, you know, whatever the hell it is. But then, you know, the way he explained it was like, I mean, you a life coach, but you still human. You know what I'm saying? Nobody perfect in this world. And I was like, deep. So it's like, I'm still fighting myself on that. I'm trying to stop that fearful mode of, I need to just put myself out there and see who wants to take it. You know what I'm saying? See who wants to bait on it, because it's like the universe would have suggested that if it wasn't for somebody. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't help out somebody. Like, so again, I'm trying to look at it both ways. I'm trying to look at the signs. I'm trying to realize the signs, and I'm trying to actually take that step. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's my hardest part right now, is just taking that one step to just flop it out there, you know?
To kind of touch on that, though, too, it's like, I thought this for the long time too. Like, just because you have money, cars, material things, and stuff like that, like, you have success in quotes, you know, that doesn't mean that you're happy. Being a life coach, you're trying to teach people how to be happy.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. Like, for me, I really don't give a shit about money anymore. Like, I don't care. Like, as long as I got food, I got a place to live, like, I'm like at least decently comfortable, like, and I'm happy. That's what matters. That's what I'm trying to get to. You know, so just because you have all that success and stuff like that doesn't mean that those people that you be coaching are happy.
Yes. No, that's so real, because there's a book out by one of the Rockefellers called A Sense of Incompleteness. And it's like, dude, you have $0.1 billion in your account and you feel incomplete? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I love it, though. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, well, in your guys' opinion, what goes into the mindset of being confident within yourself and betting on yourself? Like, I know we struggle with it, but I guess what would be your ideas of reaching that state of mind of walking with confidence, believing in yourself to do whatever you need to do?
Right. I think my state of mind of what I believe truly being confident is will be not questioning myself. You know, I second guess myself too much. I question everything. You know me, sometimes I confirm stuff too much. I'm overthinking of, damn, did I hurt this person's feelings? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to apologize. I didn't mean to say it that way. That's my problem. I always do stuff and then I renege on what I just did. You know what I'm saying? I second guess what I did, or I'm about to do something and then I start to second guess what I'm about to do. And I think that's my problem of moving. To be able to move with confidence, I feel that I need to be able to just take that strike and not care what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like just move. You know what I'm saying? Just move. Like I keep stutter stepping and twitching and shit. Like just like you said, track. When you hit the hurdle, you can't stutter step when you hit the hurdle. You gotta just hit the hurdle, and that's my problem. I stutter step too much.
Right.
I stutter step when I hit the hurdle, and then when I knock the hurdle down, I go back and pick it up. I gotta keep running. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's my problem with confidence.
It sounds like you, and I'm the same way with that, like backtracking and all that. But like for me, it almost seems like just to put a number on it. Say you have 3 paths, you choose the middle path, and then you're second guessing it. You're like, oh shit, I should have gone the first path instead of just going down the second path and just tackling the obstacles as it comes along, right?
Exactly.
Because you could go down the second path, like so. Say, like you're talking to one of your friends about something, and you're just being real with them. Like you usually are really supportive, and you just kind of help them out, and you're trying to listen to them and everything.
Right.
But this time you chose to tell them what's going on, your opinion on things, and not be as empathetic, but try to help them solve their problem.
And then I'll feel bad.
And then you'll feel bad about it, and then you want to try to backtrack and then go down the empathetic path where they could tell you, like later down the line, like, hey, like it really hurt when you said that shit to me that day, but I needed it at that time, and thank you. And like, there's so many times where that shit's happened, like especially with me and Donovan, like our conversations are just always real as fuck. It's just if you're messing up, we're gonna let each other know.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt, and there's not gonna be a problem with it either.
It's the rapport that we built for that.
Yeah.
And it's not looking back like you were saying. And I guess having the mindset of not worrying of what could happen after you make that decision and waiting until something confirms that maybe you probably should have not overstepped that boundary or whatever, in the sense like, okay, like being real. Yeah. Okay, you know, there's different levels and intensities of being real, and you don't know until you know. So do it until you know. Yeah. Take that L and take the lesson if it comes across, but if it does come as a W, then leave it as is until something else comes up, and I guess you have to reflect on, well, okay, what situations does this apply to versus the other?
Right. And then, you know, touch on what you just said too, and I think that's like a lot of people's problems too. We don't want to take that L. We don't want the lesson. We don't want to know we're going to win right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's will be, you know, I think that's a state of true confidence too. Like you said, I'm walking path A no matter what's about to happen. Whether I win or lose, I'm walking this path with my head up high, knowing that I made this choice. You know, and then either I win and I'm going to keep walking this path, or I'm going to catch the lesson and I'm going to learn that, okay, maybe I need to veer a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, or whatever. Yeah. And then it's pretty deep because you go back to the book that I was reading, and that was the last thing he kind of left off with today, was the idea that, you know, he surrendered to life. You know, he surrendered to life, and, you know, when things were coming at him, instead of running from it, he started to accept the challenges. And his mindset is, I'm going to focus on the challenge at hand because that's all I can truly control. You know, I can't worry about what happened in the past, or I can't worry about this person's business or what they're doing. If I'm coding right now, I'm coding right now, you know, and I'm going to focus on the code. And, you know, him living like that, of course, it's a book, of course, I want to try it myself, but him living like that just makes everything stuff started falling in his lap. You know, money started flying in his lap, you know, stuff like that. So I feel when you walk with that confidence in life, life sees the confidence and starts to reward you for being that confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of people too, the fear that comes into those decisions that you make are dependent upon those long-term purposes and those long-term goals that you have.
Right.
Because you're worried about walking down the dangerous street because you're trying to make sure that you see your kid's graduation, you know? So you're afraid of that because you're saying, you're not thinking about that one situation. You're not worried about being aware of what's going on in your surroundings and saying like, okay, this is a decently safe neighborhood. There might be somebody that comes up. I'll just be ready for it. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Then we're good. But you're worried about, I'm gonna miss my kids' like graduation, or I'm gonna be in the hospital, like, or I might even be dead, like all that kind of stuff. That's what you're worried about because you're worried about those long-term goals, and that's what puts that fear into you.
Yeah, and then you don't never get there.
Yeah.
You don't even get a chance to get to the long-term goal because you're so scared to finish the short-term goal.
And that's low-key attracting it in a sense. Like,
Low-key, I was about to say that.
When, just going through driving school and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, of course, don't, drive under the influence or anything like that, but also it tells you, hey, if you're in a high intensity emotional state, pull over and chill out for a bit. And that's precisely the reason. If I'm not focused on what I'm doing right now, like walking through that neighborhood or driving this deadly vehicle at the end of the day, then you're probably gonna end up in a terrible situation.
Yeah, no, I have like a real life example of that too. Back in high school, I was running cross country, and the meets, we'd have to get up super early, especially if like Foothill High School or some bullshit like that. And I live on North Side, so that's like 45 minute drive to get down there.
Yeah.
And I'd have to get up at like 4:35 in the morning so I could get ready and go down to the meet. And so I was driving back, and I just ran 3.1 miles and shit. I'm tired, like been up like since 4:30, whatever. And I was driving. I was on the freeway, and I noticed my eyes were just drooping. They were just closing on me. And so I made the conscious decision, like, yo, I'm gonna pull over real quick, park in this gas station, take like a good 15-minute nap, and then wake up, see how I feel. And I got home safe. I felt good. And like sometimes you just have to do that. You have to deal with the situation as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real, bro. And I think that's a lot of people don't do that. We gotta deal with the situation that comes, and we have to start changing up the mindset of I forgot who quoted it, but a small inconvenience. A small inconvenience is an unseen opportunity, and that's what a lot of people, look at when the inconvenience come. They're like, oh, you throwing me off my purpose, my goal, my path, whatever it is. But it's like, well, that's probably opportunity. You don't even know about the rise right now,
Right.
You taking that 15-minute nap, shoot, it was probably somebody else just as tired doing the same thing you did that crashed. And you would have been you if you didn't pull over and take that nap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, I love that, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, one of my next questions is then, what are you guys doing to figure out your life's purpose? Well, shoot, my main question, do you guys know your life purpose? Do you feel you know your life purpose right now?
That's a big question for me.
Like your ultimate life's purpose? Or do you know what you want your life purpose to be?
I think I'll just kind of delve into what I've been exploring the past year. So I moved out to New Mexico like right around a year ago, a little over a year ago, something like that. That's when I moved out there, and I was pretty much by myself. Like, I had coworkers that I'd talk to every now and then, but it would just be through like Microsoft Teams calls and all that. So I had like no contact with people except like phone calls, like say with Donovan or family, stuff like that. And so when you're by yourself like that, you have a lot of time to think. And I was listening to this album, and it's my favorite album of all time, and it's called Because the Internet by Childish Gambino. Okay. And it's really good because there's an album to it. There's a screenplay that the album is supposed to score.
Oh, wow.
And all this kind of stuff that he did for it, and it's just amazing. And the whole gist of it is that the meaning of life to a certain extent is knowing that everybody is alone in this world, but we're all alone together. And that connections and helping other people through their lives and through their struggles, through the good times, bad times, that's what will help you be more fulfilled, is helping other people. Because if you're just doing shit for yourself, at the end of the day, what the fuck does it matter?
Right.
And so for me, I'm still trying to find what exactly it is that I need to do. Like, whether it's write something, say something, like work a certain job, whatever.
Right.
To fulfill that purpose of helping other people. But I think for me, the whole gist of my purpose in life is to try to help other people get to where they want to be, or help them get to a better state in their life, become happier, just be able to live and enjoy their life more.
Okay, so you already got the what, you just need to figure out how.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay. What about you, bro?
I would say I kind of decided this after I moved back down from Reno, but I actually wrote it in my journal and I still have it. But it was to spread love and the power of free thought. In the sense that, like, I've been noticing, especially more frequently within the generations that I've observed, even in mine, or even the generations ahead of me, that a lot of people do things because of everything else outside of them. Like, they don't tend to make decisions for themselves, and then along to go with that, and I fall into this category as well of, like, struggling to love themselves or even spread it to others. And I want to be one of those sources to be able to spread that to people.
Right.
Like Gerald said, like, helping people get to where they need to be, or at least be happy, which, I mean, I feel like I kind of overstep my own balance in my energy level, because I do sacrifice a lot. Like, if
100%.
somebody called me and I'm in the middle of something and I know it, like, and it's something serious, I'm going to take my time out to make sure they're okay.
Right.
Granted that whether I'm in the position or not to do that is questionable, but I feel even when I do that and it's inopportune, that I still feel way better that I was able to help them still hold on into this world and things like that.
Right.
So originally it was kind of how I would do that is because of it was kind of inspired from my connection to music, not just the lyric ones that people can understand on that language level, but more so because I was in an orchestra and I love doing that, or I used to listen to video game music, or just
a loser.
Whoa. But every L is a lesson.
He just listened to Pokemon, bro. He just sat there and who just listens to Pokemon?
Oh, it wasn't even Pokemon. It was
freaking Mario, the dungeon and shit.
Not even that, bro. It was definitely Zelda. But what was it called? It's this old Game Boy game. I'll tell Agent to put it in the description if I remember.
Yeah.
But just things like that, and the way it made me feel, and the type of understanding that I got from it. Like, if I could probably send you guys a beat and ask you how it made you feel, in a sense, and it's like, okay, it didn't even need words for you to make this feel, or make you feel this type of way, or make you think these certain things. So I kind of want to introduce that into my music, because music is freedom, and there's so many different ways to express that, and I want to kind of inspire people through that.
Right.
And then later down the line, I was like, I kind of want to do a podcast to voice some of those things, because I feel a lot of the conversations like I have with people like Gerald or you or anybody else, that I feel like that should be said, and next thing you know, we're doing this right now.
Right.
So I feel like at the current place in time for my long-term purpose and vision is to spread love and induce free thought and, like, self-discovery and self-love.
That's deep. I like it. I love it, bro. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I salute both of you guys, because what's y'all both, 23 or something?
24, 23.
24, 23. Yeah, look, 24, 23, I was nowhere near there. I promise you, I was nowhere near on your level. Like, literally within the last year or so is when I feel everything's starting to, some of the dots are starting to connect, you know what I'm saying? Because at y'all age, shit, I was throwing parties at the deck every Saturday. And, we was clubbing, and all I was trying to do was just make money and go hang out with the boys and, travel, fuck bitches. That's it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, but one thing I did always notice, though, it was that something about me is I like to help people, but yet I could be blunt sometimes. And I used to think the bluntness was a bad part because it'd be like sarcastic blunt. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, sometimes it'd be what they need to hear. Like, prime example, my, sorry, Caleb. My homegirl Caleb was at school one time, and, you know, we was talking about working out, like lose weight or whatever. Mm-hmm. So then we went and had dinner together, or we went, like, you know, we all ate dinner in the pack, whatever, you know how college was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we go up to the dorm rooms, we was supposed to meet somewhere, and we come back to the dorm room, and she eating something else. I'm like, damn, you eating again? And it was fucked up how I said it. Yeah. But at the same time, she dropped that motherfucker right then and there, and it's like, yeah, let me work out. You know what I'm saying? Let me not do this. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that was wrong, but I was able to help somebody just think about it, you know? So, yeah, I've been relearning, like, the power of my words. I feel people come to me with problems all the time, and I try to help them, coach them, help them think a little bit about it differently. Mm-hmm. You know, reword the question or reword whatever they're thinking about. You know, a lot of people always think about, why is they doing this to me? Why are they doing this to me? And I get to the point of, why are you doing this to yourself? Yeah. You know, why are you allowing them to do this to you? Why are you letting them do this? And, you know, then once you start retwisting that thought, you know, so I've been that's what I learned to do. I love making people just brains hurt. I love making people think, like, make people like question stuff and like, damn, I had to think about it that way. So I think that's my goal. My goal right now is to, as of right now, my goal is just to throw that bone throw the needle into the haystack or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just want to mix it up a little bit and get people just shake their world up a little bit and let them know, like, yo, the way you're thinking is not always correct. Like, it's other ways to think about that. You know, there's so many different ways to think about it, and it's like, let's lose that one thought and think about this thought and see how that changed the whole situation. You know, right? And it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. Like, my homegirl, I talked to her the other day, and it's crazy because I remember talking to her a few months ago, and she was in a dark zone. But then talking to her today, it was like, oh, she is doing big things right now. Like, yo, I'm so happy for you. Where you want to be in life, you doing the things you want to do. Now you getting hit with real life questions of where do I want to go vacation at? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, bro, I think that's been my goal, just to help people. Same thing, help people. How do I want to help people? By helping them think. Mm-hmm. You know, by helping them think outside the box, think differently, think in new ways. You know, so I love it, man. I love it. Yes. But so one last closing question for you guys, fellas, now. And this right here is going to be real deep. I kind of semi-asked you before, but I just want to probably just go a different way with it. As of right now, in this stage of your life, how aligned do you feel your idea for your purpose is to what the universe has your purpose is? Or what God has your purpose is? How aligned do you think you are getting there? I'm not going to lie. For me personally, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer as the year goes on. For sure, I feel like by the end of 2021, I'm gonna know exactly why I'm here on this earth for, low-key. Or at least have a strong feeling that I know what I'm here on this earth for. So I was just wondering how you guys felt about that.
I think for me,
1 out of 10.
I would say like 4 to 5.
4 to 5, like 50% there.
Like, I know that the things that I'm doing right now are helping me grow to what my purpose is gonna be, and to how, and kind of going back to how I'm gonna achieve that purpose, like the pathway to it. But I don't know exactly which path it is yet. But I'm pretty sure at this point in time, those paths and those options have been presented to me, and at this point, it's just going down the one that the universe is telling me to go down.
Right. So you kind of feel like you have the direction, you know what makes you feel good. Yeah. And you know what we got the taste for, but you're just not sure what to eat yet, exactly.
Yeah, I know where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to figure out which path to get there.
Got you. I like it. What about you, bro?
I'll probably say a solid 5. There's a lot of things that I'm very unsure of at the moment. But at the same time, I feel like I don't want to use forced, but making myself sit through certain situations in order to learn and grow from it, in a sense. I mean, like, given some of the recent events that I'm kind of like deciding and trying to build a foundation with and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the decision at the moment, but as the ways have been going and trying to be aware of the progresses that I've been making over the last several weeks, I guess, it's turning out to not be as bad as I initially thought it was. I guess an example, like I guess with work, like high key interacting socially with a lot of people drains me a lot, and then making phone calls to make these potential sales leads and things like that. It just takes a lot out of me because I feel like I'm just pressing people on a constant basis, and that's exactly what it is. But it also gets me into these unique situations and conversations with people that really open my eyes about certain things, or I accomplish one of my tasks that go along with my goal.
Right.
In terms of like, helping people or saying certain things to make them think and have like an epiphany about certain things, or even just for the simple fact of the matter that I'm helping kids learn math along with having faith in themselves and, allowing them to open up about certain things. Like, there's these two girl students at my center, and apparently, like, even before I came, they were like really reserved and didn't talk much. And when I first started, like, they didn't really say much in general. And like, yeah, you can attribute this to them just being more comfortable within that environment, but at the same time, they weren't that open with the last owner,
right?
And things like that. But now it's like, oh, they come in, they say hi, they smile, laugh, blah blah blah, talk to my instructor as they're teaching them. We have fun conversations and little bickerings and things like that.
Right.
But they're speaking. I see them actually smiling and opening up.
You see their growth, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, is it my energy that's bringing that, or what's going on? But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to see them happy and like still, strive for the goals that they're going towards.
Right.
So I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't making myself sit in that situation and feeling uncomfortable within that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it seems like because this is one thing too that I like. It's kind of adjacent to it, but you're more comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because like for me, the thing that I've been working on is trying to be okay with not being okay. Like if you're having a bad day, it's like, shit, this day sucks, but it's okay to feel this way because it's part of life. So for you, it seems like that's been part of your growth, is being more comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That like yesterday. Great, bro. Like I was telling you over the phone, but like, man, I already knew this was going to be a heavy day in general. I had a lot of stuff to get done on the schedule for kids coming in for tutoring was been the highest it's ever been. I had 3 hours booked, like filled, and I'm going through trying to get my tasks done early in the morning and things like that.
Right.
And then next thing I know, I get a call from my instructor, and she said, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it to work today. Like, I got locked outside my house.
Oh, wow.
And then come to find out, like, she was at school, and then somebody knocked coffee onto her pants, and luckily she had a skirt. And then she finds out she gets locked out of her house. And it's like, well, okay, I'll try to find somebody to cover for you. I called the 2 people that's available. They can't make it, so I'm like, I have to call her back and be like, hey,
you sure you can't make it?
You sure you can't make it? Like, look, I'll even throw you some money to go get you some pants or something. Like, I need you for today. And it worked out in that regard. And then you hit me up and saying
our interview canceled.
Yeah, the interview canceled. So it's like, okay, well, now we gotta find something up for that. And then a whole bunch of other wrenches that were being thrown in. But it's like, all I could do was just laugh and just be like, okay, what do we gotta do?
Yeah,
exactly.
And I gotta figure all this out before the kids start coming in, because I have to make a sale because I have an appointment that day. So it's like, we just gotta grind through it.
Right. No, I love it. That's beautiful, bro. And that's like you said, you finding the happiness in the madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're starting to see the opportunity. You're starting to see the inconveniences as opportunities to grow, to learn. You know, okay, well, shoot, this is gonna be all problem solving day to day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start thinking outside the box all day today. You know, I love it, man. I love it, and I feel the same way. You know, like just answering problems and helping people out, and it's get to the point where it's like. At first, I was tired of hearing people's problems, but now it's like I look you welcome them because, like, ooh, yes, what kind of challenge you gonna have for me today? Ooh, that's deep. How can I relate that back to something I've been reading? You know what? You remind me of this one story, and maybe this story can possibly help you. You know what I'm saying? And it started just lets me dig into my archives and start to think about everything that I've been learning. And then one, have I been applying it? Or two, shoot, how can I reword this to make it make sense to them so they can start applying it? You know, so that's why I've been. That's what I've been having fun with, you know what I'm saying? Trying to take all these books I've been reading, all this knowledge I've been getting, and trying to just figure out how to regurgitate it so you guys can eat it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, I love it. And then last question for everybody is what is your favorite quote on purpose? If anybody has one to share. I'll start with mine, of course. You already know my favorite quote. Y'all should have heard it about five times already, but it's always 3 questions. The first question is, what do you laugh about? What do you smile about? No, so it's all one thing. The first question is all one area. What do you laugh about, smile about? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? You know, so that's question 1. What makes me feel good? Question 2, what makes you cry? What makes you mad? What upsets you? What boils your blood? Anything, you know, like what is that boils your blood? And then question 3, what do you dream about? What's your fantasy? Where do you really want to be? What do you want to see out your life? And I feel that if you can answer those 3 questions, you can start to figure out what your purpose is. Personally, me, what do I laugh about? You know, I love hearing all the deep stuff. I love hearing some deep quotes that be like, man, you just made so many things simple in that one sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like the new golden rule I learned. Always, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. That was the original golden rule, but the new golden rule is treat people the way you want to be treated if you were in that position. Yeah. You know, if it was you in that position that they're in. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's deep, you know. So stuff like that, learning something new like that makes me laugh. What makes me cry? I hate seeing false information. I hate seeing, you know, I hate seeing the lies. I hate seeing people get caught up in this whole whirlwind, like this whole COVID stuff, and everybody's get talking. That's the talk of the town. It's all negative, and I hate that. It's like, yo, why is the talk of the town the most negative thing y'all can think of? And this is the only thing y'all ever talk about. And it's like, why do we keep just shoving this stuff down our throat? And you know, my favorite hated commercial is the Audi commercial. The guy is building his dream gingerbread house, and then what does he do? He sees the Audi drive by. He stands up and breaks his house to look at the Audi. Dang. And it's like, one, you telling me you're gonna throw away your one is telling us that this Audi costs the cost of a house if you really want this car that bad. So you're gonna throw away your house to go get an Audi? You know what I'm saying? And then like 2, why you just breaking your dreams like that? He built it. The house is built, and he just destroyed the whole thing just to go get a car. You know, so I don't like that type of message that the media gives out. You know, and I see it all. I did marketing. I did all the PR classes, and it's like I see so much negativity in the. Yeah. It's sad. But what I dream about? I dream about people being happy. You know what I'm saying? I'll really keep dreaming about me being to the point that I'm so free mentally that I can damn near levitate. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing really bothers me. Like I'm damn near like the Buddha walking around, where it's like life is just life and I'm just enjoying it. It's all just flowing to me. Things that I want, everything I'm attracting that I want is coming to me. The things that I don't want ain't even coming my way. You know what I'm saying? They can't even get in the 10-foot perimeter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I dream about. Just the ultimate happiness. Just knowing that I control my mind, be off anything. You know, so yeah, that's my quote. What do you laugh about? What do you cry about? What do you laugh about, sing about? What do you cry about, be mad about? What do you dream about, fantasize about? You know.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's real deep. Yeah, it reminds me of because I don't really have any specific quotes, but I wrote something down a while back, and I told you about it before, and it messed you up. And
Yeah,
I said
did.
it too. So it's also 3 questions, and it's who are you, what do you want, and what are you willing to do for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So for me, who am I? Right now, I'm just Gerald. I'm a kid that grew up in Vegas. I have some really close friends to me. I'm a pretty quiet guy. I don't expand out of my boundaries too much. I'm pretty reserved. I'm afraid of a lot of things too. And that's kind of who I am right now. What do I want? I'm trying to be happy. And I'm trying to be a better person and try to experience new things and try to be the person that I feel that I could be and that I want to be at the end of the day. And what am I willing to do for it? And right now I'm putting in a lot of work just thinking and going through a lot of happy and negative emotions as well, trying to figure out what it is that I need to do and what I need to learn to become that person that I want to be and to become happier.
Right.
And so for me, those 3 questions kind of sum up purpose because it establishes who you are right now and where you want to be and how and the path to get there.
Yep, I like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What about you, bro?
Oh, freestyle it. Your heart is the magnet. What pole are you trying to go towards? The south one or the north one? And are you listening hard enough? Are you being aware enough to follow it?
Right.
Like, you know what you should be doing. You know what you have to do. And what are you willing to, like, sacrifice, compromise, or, you know, just put the energy into to get to that point in the first place.
Right. Look, I'm about to take what you said and switch it a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
I like the idea of, like you said, your heart is a magnet and it's pulling to you what you desire. But the question is one, do you recognize it? Ooh, that's deep. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's deeper than that because it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave on this. So Earl Nightingale, they always talk about the mind as a field, and the field is gonna grow whatever you plant into it. So, for example, if you plant apples, it's gonna grow you an apple tree. But if you plant poison ivy, it's gonna grow you a poison ivy bush. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, your heart is a magnet. So it's like, what are you attracting? Based off what's in your heart, what are you attracting? Are you attracting the poison? Or are you attracting the apples? Are you attracting the sugar? Are you attracting the bees? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you attracting? And then when it comes to you, what are you holding on to?
For what reason, too?
For what reason, exactly? Because a lot of people, like I said, this flower is pretty, but it's making my hand hurt. You know, and it's like, well, shit, bitch, it's a rose with thorns on it. It's like, why you hold on to it so tight? Let it go. That's not the rose you want. It's another rose coming up, maybe a different color, but they ain't got no thorns on it. Right. That's the one that's probably gonna be nice and sweet and fit perfect in your hand. So, yeah, I like that, bro. I like that. Yeah. It's a magnet, bro. It's a magnet. What are you attracting?
For what reason? For
what reason? And the omens. Pay attention to the omens. Pay attention to the signs, because you really don't know. You know, like you said, that inconvenience could be opportunity. So don't be afraid of it. I always suggest, just flow with life, go with the flow, raise that vibration, and you're gonna attract everything you want. Mm-hmm. Dirty vibrations bringing dirty water, but clean vibration is gonna bring rainfall or freshness. So purification for sure, bro, for sure, man. So fellas, man, I want to say I appreciate you guys for being on with us today. I know it's probably a little scatterbrained, but I felt it was a good topic, very powerful topic for sure. Gerald, appreciate you for joining us again, brother, man. It was really good for us, you know what I'm saying? I feel 100%. That to answer your one question, you probably want to add on to that. You're well-spoken, you're intelligent, you're a deep thinker, and you have a good heart, you know what I'm saying? So add that into that for sure, brother.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I love being on here. It's just good to have these kind of conversations, get your brain thinking a little bit. So thank you guys, too.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. You already know you're going to be on another round. You're going to be on here a lot more times. So. Yeah, learn the name. Bros, I appreciate you for another great episode, man. Great idea, bring this topic up and everything. Make sure to check out 1-3's new projects. Anything you want to shout out, bro?
Honestly, aiming for like next week or the week afterwards, but again, I'm gonna be relaunching, make it more consistent, but also due to the latest beat that's on SoundCloud right now, it gave me the idea to make a beat album, kind of like the ones that come to mind is Monte Booker, and then also what's it called, Metro Boomin. But how they made, how I envisioned how that happened is like they made a beat tape, a beat album, and then have people go on it.
Yep.
But like with the way how the album flows, it's a whole story in a sense. So like the idea for this one, just based off of that first track, or the latest track, which is going to be the first track on the album, is you're like an angel or just a missionary sent down from heaven, and you're coming down to this naturally sinful world, and you're experiencing all of the things this place has to offer, and trying to find salvation and revelation through it to the end. So it's gonna come in with some definite bangers, trap, that type of life, but also with the flair of mysticality, ethereal type vibes in terms of like awakening into yourself, or the good things about this world, or good things about you, about life itself.
Right.
So be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are too, if you've been following. If you haven't, please just go check it out, just cause. So yeah, that's my shout out for right now.
I like it, bro. And hopefully you let me jump on the track with him one time. You know what I'm saying?
You said he was already working on the Sunday Come Down, right? I think.
Oh yeah. You want a bar real quick?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll give you one bar. I'm trying to wash dishes with no soap, like I'm trying to believe with no hope. That's it. That's all you get right now. Anyway.
Bars.
Bar.
You just
Snickers.
Dig in the surface with that.
Reese's cup.
No, I'm plugging in the rest of the bars. I can already feel it.
Yes. But yeah, fellas, man, I appreciate you guys for another great episode, man. Fired as always. We already know you guys got a lot more coming up. Please be on the lookout. I'm about to start a Facebook group page so we can get all our fans on the group and we can start getting some more interaction with you guys. I don't have a name for it yet because I haven't created it, but by the time this episode drops, it will be created and in the link, so please look out for it. You already know, all questions, comments, concerns, send to jkspodcast702 at gmail.com. Check us on IG, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok. Yeah, y'all already know what it is, man. Just go ahead and follow us. And remember to keep positive, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what's going on in the world. Pay attention to the signs. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Keep faith alive. And just keep swimming, pretty much. Just keep swimming. So I hope you have an amazing day, a wonderful afternoon, a splendid evening. And remember, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Yes, sir. That's it. Just keep swimming. Ain't much else you can do. We I love that shit.